wrote the universal definition of social innovation. Amazing, eh? You would like to do the same. The universal definition of the concept. Social innovations are innovations that are social in their ends and in their means, and we define social innovations as new ideas, products, services, models that simultaneously meet social needs more effectively than the alternatives and create new social relations or collaborations. In other words, they are innovations that are not only good for society but also enhance society's capacity to act. It is really sort of a universal because the difference are much more in the nuance of what is in there than in the main principles there, which are the idea of the process, means and ends, and Frank Works calls our attention for the process of social innovation. The new, the meeting social needs, the social relationships and social collaborations. This is what we find in social innovations. The difference is exactly what kind of collaboration and what kind of relationships are there, and that's when I was yesterday saying I call attention for my students to look at the power relations between the groups and see if the social innovation is changing those power relations. That may be to solve social problems. This is actually said in the open book of social innovation. To solve social problems, we need to change power relations. So, now this is my slide of history. Others probably we could bring in planning, we could bring in also, I realize, learning from your talks. So there are several streams where social innovation was formulated and discussed. So one in on economics and management and the sociology of organizations and labor, and this is very much connected to the socio-technical systems, to the discussion how social relations relate with technological innovations and how they enhance or not these technological innovations. The other is from sociology and political science, and this is another thing. Just look at the origins of these people. Usually it's also a good way of mapping how these ideas and where these ideas come from. Sociology and political science, social movements theories, and another from science and technology. And much of the modeling and tools comes also from this technology and science discussion of social innovation. So today we have three meanings at least. One is a meaning of social innovation more influenced in the idea of the market. The market will bring social innovations because market is social innovative and has all the features that can bring social innovation. So social innovation will be developed by using market tools or business tools and market resources. This is the way. So market resources and business tools can help in solving social problems. And this comes very much from this trajectory. Okay. Then the social innovation as empowerment, as transforming social systems, the idea of the power relations I was talking about, and it is quite inspired from this stream of the social movements and political science. And then the other one, on social innovation as social applications of technological innovation. We also see a lot from mainly people from technology, science and technology departments. In Brazil there is actually a very interesting discussion which is about the way technologies have not been used to serve people, and they have been used mostly for economic growth. And so there's this challenge of technology, and they call it social technologies, although they include a much more social dimension in these technologies. They say these technologies are co-created in the social relations and are dependent on the social relations. It's an interesting discussion. I think in Brazil it's where I found this discussion more interesting. But here in Europe we find a lot of people, again, not discussing this issue of the relations, but the applications, social applications of technologies. to support elderly people, to support poor people in the global south countries, and so on. So this is at least the main meanings that I get from the concepts today of social innovation. I'm not going to discuss this cycle of social innovation. You are aware of the cycle of social innovation. This is the cycle of social innovation of the open book. Actually, I do work a lot with this cycle. And what I would like to call your attention is, first, it is a planned thing. It's interesting because it is a planned thing. So it comes up very much inspired from the technology. Is it a planned thing? And in many aspects it is very similar to what we have been doing in project management, but it includes things like this prototyping, testing, trial and error discussion, which comes with these ideas of